Welcome back to the Big Saturday Show. As Russia attacks Ukraine, they're also detaining WNBA star Brittney Griner on drug charges. Russia state media is now reporting Griner will she will be held until at least May 19th. The State Department finally getting stronger with their language about her, saying, quote, "We are closely engaged on this case and in frequent contact with Brittney Griner's legal team. We insist the Russian government provide consular access to all U.S. citizen detainees in Russia, including those in pre-trial detention, as Brittney Griner is." Charlie, I'll go to you first, because right now there's been no diplomatic access to Griner whatsoever, and now we're talking the possibility of another couple of months before anything happens.
Yeah, this is such a deeply frustrating case because when you look at and obviously it's not the only misery that we see in the world today, but it puts a face on the misery. And when you have an administration like the Biden administration that has been so hapless at every turn, going back for a year or more, dealing with Russia and dealing with Vladimir Putin, you just cringe to think at how incompetent they are and how it's just so deeply frustrating, because I don't have a whole lot of, I mean, I don't want to say too much here, but I don't have a whole lot of faith. I don't trust these people to negotiate firmly with the Russians to have a good outcome here.
It's just so worrying. And Tammy, one other point here. This caught my attention. An associate professor of journalism at Syracuse University, her name is Eileen Gallagher. She said, quote, that it's absurd that this isn't a huge story and that there's a disconnect here. And she called it, quote, the exact inverse of the missing white woman syndrome. That's a reference to the criticism on cable news outlets that a white woman who goes missing gets a lot more attention than a woman of color here. What are your thoughts on that?
You know, it's unfortunate. I mean, we've got an environment where everyone's at risk because of the fecklessness of the Biden administration. We have no leverage. Right. No matter who it was that was taken in custody, we don't know if she had drugs or not. We should not presume anything Russia says is true. But so in the meantime, what we do know is what is Biden going to say? Everybody knows that if they do say something, they won't hold up on it. If they do issue a red line, it would be like Obama's red line in Syria, which he said, that's a red line with the gas. Don't use the gas, and that's going to provoke military response. And what do? They use gas. And nothing happens, and then Russia takes Crimea. So you've got a dynamic where, for now quite some time with Mr. Biden, that there's nothing that he can say that anyone is going to take seriously. So regardless of who that was, I think that this is a point where there are certainly issues here in this country that we have to deal with when it comes to society and justice reform and everything else. I agree. But my goodness, we've got to recognize that this is a giant problem. Unfortunately, Ms. Griner is in the middle of it at this point. It is a worldwide story. That is good news, because there are other people, the hundreds, still, I think about 200 Americans in Afghanistan, that we don't even know who they are, and the number of Americans in Ukraine and in Russia. So at least her case is worldly known, and we've got to be able to deal with it. But again, I'm with Charlie. There's nothing we have that can make this go any better.
Well, and Joe, it's actually a delicate balance. There's an ESPN investigative reporter who made the point that this might be on purpose, because even her own family isn't saying too much. And the WNBA and the NBA have also been advised by the State Department to keep it on simmer, keep it low, because if she does appear to be someone who is that more valuable, they have more incentive to keep her.
We've exhausted every point of leverage our administration thinks we have to keep Russia from leveling buildings full of cancer kids and mothers expecting to have babies in Ukraine.
Excellent point.
What
right.
else
Very
do they
point.
expect us to be outraged and talk about? This story is getting time on air. That's a big deal. I want her to come home. But this administration, what point of leverage do they even have in this moment to get Russia to act on this when we can't get them to stop killing people?
Can I add on that point just once again back to Afghanistan? We abandoned hundreds of people in Afghanistan. why Russia would think that they should do anything about one individual is beyond me. We created this. This is an unforced Biden error that we're going to see the results of, the ripples of, for years to come.
So frightening,
yes,
and we are thinking of her and hoping for the best.
Absolutely.
In all
Prayers
of this.
up
Absolutely.
constantly.
Yeah.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.